Dear students, in the previous class, we discussed the features of social stratification and untouchable and its evil. Now we are going to see the continued part of and problems of untouchability. See, already explained, untouchability is a stigma in Indian society. Now let's see one by one problems of untouchability. Problems of untouchability. What is this untouchability mean? Have you ever experienced it or have you ever seen this? See, the lowest position in the social strata. These untouchables are having the lowest position in the social strata. Now we are going to see the problems of untouchability. The lowest strata. They are the lowest ebb of the society. The lowest strata, lowest position in the society or in the social strata. The social strata. Let's discuss now. If you see in Indian society, the untouchables occupy the lowest position in the strata of a caste-based society. See, Indian society mostly caste-based society. According to Manusmriti, see, according to Manusmriti, what does it say? Manusmriti, he wrote a scripture, Manusmriti, and anyone who touches the untouchables, here untouchables were called as Chandala. According to Manusmriti, anyone touches the untouchables had to undergo purification many times. See, this was the stigma, this was the evil practice had been in the Indian caste-based society. If any upper caste man or woman touches these Chandalas or scheduled caste or what we call or scheduled tribes, these upper caste people had to undergo purification of many times. Purification. ಅವರನ್ನು ಶುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಈ ಚಂಡಾಲರನ್ನ, ಈ ಹರಿಜನರನ್ನ ಅಥವಾ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ಕೆಳಮಟ್ಟದ ಜಾತಿಯವರನ್ನು ಮುಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು, ಅವರನ್ನು ಪರಿಶುದ್ಧರನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ? ಮನುಸ್ಮೃತಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ದಟ್ ಮನುಸ್ಮೃತಿ ಸೇಸ್. ದೆನ್ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ಅನದರ್ ಸ್ಮೃತಿ, ವ್ಯಾಘ್ರಪದ ಸ್ಮೃತಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್, ಯು ನೋ ದಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಘ್ರಪದ ಸ್ಮೃತಿ. Pada Smriti. What does it say? According to Vyagrapada Smriti, if a touchable person or upper caste person comes with the distance of a cow, tail of a cow, with the untouchable, he could purify himself with a bath. What does it mean? If a touchable comes within the distance of a tail of cow with the untouchable, that upper caste person could purify himself with a bath. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ಒಬ್ಬ ಮೇಲ್ಜಾತಿಯವನು ಕೆಳಜಾತಿಯವನ ಹತ್ತಿರಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ದೂರ, ದನದ ಬಾಲದಷ್ಟು ದೂರದ ಹತ್ತಿರಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವನು ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. That was. Now in Kerala, especially in Malabar region, in the Malabar, the untouchable who prepares the chappals, who prepares the footwears were barred from using the footwears. ಯಾರು ಚಪ್ಪಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಅವರೇ ಚಪ್ಪಲಿ ಹಾಕುವಂಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. See, these are all the cruel practices prevailing in Indian caste system. What does, my question now, the first question, what does Manusmriti say about touchable and untouchable? What does Manusmriti say about the untouchable? What does Vyagrapada Smriti say about untouchables? What were the conditions of untouchables in Malabar region? 3 questions I have asked. What were the conditions of untouchables in Malabar region? Here, the untouchables were expected to carry the night soil. Galeej, what we say, untouchable, night soil. Then dead animals and other filthy jobs, according to Kuppuswamy, a famous sociologist. B. Kuppuswamy says the untouchables were confined to carry out these type of filthy jobs. This was the pathetic condition which were prevailing since 3000-4000 years in Indian society. Inhuman practice was prevailing in Indian society. They were assigned the lowest possible position in the caste system. Already we mentioned they were the Panchamas. Brahmana, Shudra, Kshatriya, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. These are all the 4 Varnas. But these untouchables were not come under these 4 Varnas. They were the Panchamas, the 5th cadre people they were. They had to stay outside of the village. And they were assigned the lowest possible position in the society. The birth was the main reason for this restriction. What was? This is, what is the reason for the birth? Birth on the social mobility. Here, the birth was the main reason for the restriction on the social mobility. Now we discussed the point, problems of untouchability, in that particularly the lowest position in the social strata. Now let us see the second point. The untouchables were kept out of the education. Second point is untouchables were kept out of education. They were denied education. What are untouchables were kept out of education. The untouchables were kept out of the education for many centuries, not for many years, many centuries. They were not supposed to listen the Veda recitation, nor recite them also. See, they should not listen the recitation of Veda, nor recite them also. ಅವರ ಕಿವಿಗಳಿಗೆ ವೇದಗಳನ್ನು ಕೇಳಲೇಬಾರದು, ವೇದಗಳನ್ನು ಪಠನೆಯೂ ಮಾಡಬಾರದು. And they were barred from Sanskrit education. They should not speak even Sanskrit also. They were not supposed to learn about religious texts because they were considered as the profane. Profane means unholy. They are unholy communities. The untouchables were considered as the profane people, unholy people. Moreover, they were not considered as human. They were considered as what? Other creatures like animal. Because of the profanity attached to untouchables, they were kept outside the ambit of education. They were kept outside the ambit of education. What does ambit mean? ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದ ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಅವರನ್ನು ಹೊರಗಿಡಲಾಯಿತು. Why the untouchables were kept out of the ambit of education? Profanity. The only matter is profanity. The only matter is unholiness. It was practicing. It has been practicing since many centuries, many centuries. You know, education provides, education is light, we know. Education provides an entry to the issues of, demanding social justice. Why they were denied education? If they were given the education, they will approach for social justice. That is why they were kept out of the education. That is why they were kept out of the ambit of education. Now my question, that why were untouchables kept outside of the ambit of education? ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ಅಸ್ಪೃಶ್ಯರನ್ನ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣದಿಂದ ಹೊರಗಿಡಲಾಯಿತು ಎಂಬ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಇದೆ. This is an important development in Indian context, education. Then you know that in a democracy, this is a democratic government. In a democracy, individuals, people, person have the right to decide on their personal issues. I asked already 3 questions, one more question. Why were untouchables kept outside the ambit of education? 4th question. This is for Vidyagama as well as for notes. But here, all should have the skill to think logically and act. Here the logic is important. As per the logic, we have to act. Hence, the architecture of Indian Constitution, you know that Dr. B.R. Ambedkar fought hard to make people realize the importance of education. He stressed there is a dire need of education for these untouchables. Dire need. Education is the only source to come out from this darkness. Having realized the importance of education in individual's life, Ambedkar argued in favor of education as a public property. This is not private property. They were denied, that they were denied education for many centuries. Many centuries mean not for 1 or 2 years or 3. It is they were denied education for 4,000 years, 5 to 4,000 years. That is why Dr. B.R. Ambedkar argued this is education which should be public property. Due to such revolutionary ideas, due to such revolutionary thoughts, Ambedkar could come up with more provisions and directions in the draft version of our Constitution of India. And he is rightly called as the chief architect of Indian Constitution. He stressed the idea of education. He stressed the idea of need of education for this depressed class, women, those who are living in the darkness. That is why he argued education as a public property. ಅದು ಯಾರೊಬ್ಬರ ಸತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಮಗುವಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಸಿಗಬೇಕು ಈ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ. ಶಿಕ್ಷಣವೆಂಬುದು ಹಣವುಳ್ಳವರದಾಗಿರಬಾರದು ಎಂಬ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಒಂದು ಮಾತನ್ನ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಿ ಆರ್ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. He says, and now another problem with untouchability is denial of property rights. Now we are moving to see another problems of untouchability, denial of property rights. Property rights. Here these untouchables did not have the right to property. In traditional days, in the olden days, that means traditionally the untouchables were not allowed to own the property, and they were only expected to serve their masters. They are considered as the slaves. They were similar to slaves. They had to be servitude. ಅವರು ಹೇಗಿರಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು? How they should be? They should serve their masters. Other than they have no other rights. What master say, he has to do. What master say, has to do. Here, that is why here, see, untouchables were not allowed to own any property in the society. Even today we can see many these untouchables did not have land, home. But nowadays, due to the efforts of government, due to the efforts of constitution, these people are getting shelter. And citing the denial of such rights in the, that Dharma Shastras, the untouchables were denied properties. It is mentioned in our Dharma Shastra mentions these people do not have the right to property. This inhuman and also violation of basic human right. This is inhuman. Moreover, it is violation of basic human rights. Give a brief note of denial of property rights of untouchables. Now we are moving to another problems of untouchables, that is denial of political participation rights. Denial andre tiraskariಸುವುದು. Denial means tiraskariಸುವುದು. The traditional political system, in the traditional political system, untouchable were not allowed to participate in any political works. They were barred from political system. They were not allowed in the political system. But there was a light, a small hope of ray found. There was small hope of ray found during the British rule. During the British rule, the untouchables got few political rights. Due to the efforts of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the untouchables could get opportunities in politics and administrative areas. So, means that is why he brought many changes in constitution, and he emphasized that in constitution. Emphasized means he stressed that idea that the untouchables need political rights. After independence, reservation was brought to effect in the electoral constituency for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. In Indian constitution provides commitment for the eradication of untouchability, which itself is unique in the world history. See, these differentials, this inequality found in all the society. If you go America, racial system, racialism, that is, that apartheid was prevailing. If you go South Africa and African states, there you could see apartheid. That people like the leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., Nelson Mandela, they fought against this discrimination on the basis of race. The similar thing happened in the case of India also, that is caste system. But today, constitution has made so many provisions to uplift these untouchables. Now, we are going to see the legal measures to eradicate untouchables. Kanunatmaka pariharagalu. That means legal measures to eradicate untouchability. Here, this is also one of the strongest measures that need to wipe out untouchability. Untouchability as a social problem had still remained in the society. One more. Even after the efforts of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Jyotiba Phule, Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Savitri Phule. It's the untouchable system is prevailing in society. Still, it is there. It has remained alive in the Indian society. Hence, many legal provisions have been brought to eradicate untouchability practice. Now, let us see one by one. Article 17 of Indian Constitution prohibits untouchability. Article 17. See, what is the importance of Article 17 with regards to untouchability? My question is, note down the question, 6th question. What is the importance of Article 17 with regard to untouchability? Then, this is Article 17. Then Government of India has implemented Untouchability Offence Act. Sorry, while you writing any acts or article, the first letter of the first word should be started with capital. This should be noted. What? Whenever you going to write the articles and acts, the first letter of the word should be capital. Here, untouchability. Untouchability Offence Act. Offence Act of 1955. According to this act, practicing untouchability is a crime. And another provisions, universal right to vote, participate in election has also been provided. Formerly there was, many years back, when there was, a British government there, when representative type of government came into existence, that time the people were denied, there was no scope for participation in political system. But this provision made to participation in election, they got right to vote. Moreover, the reservation has been given in the field of education, employment for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. But not only today, you know that the reservation has provided for scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and backward classes. There are so many backward classes in Shudras. And then SC and ST, Prevention of Atrocities Act of 1989 has given some specific responsibilities for the government in the eradication of untouchabilities. So, in somewhere, even today we can see and witness that there are so many atrocities conducting on these scheduled tribes and scheduled caste. For the security of such a community and such atrocities, particular legal provisions were made. Like this, the independent India has taken several measures to ensure equality to all. Today, you know that India is a democratic country and this caste system is waning and caste system is slowly vanishing from this, and it is a better sign of humanity. Okay, now dear children, we have gone through various discrimination and inequality and social strata and social stratification, and even we studied features of social stratification. Now let me ask you some questions. Already 6 questions were asked. Along with that questions, what are the reason for social inequality? Note down that question. And how does gender discrimination take place? How does gender discrimination take place? Then how can you say the stratification is universal? How can you say stratification is ancient? See, these are all the questions. Dear children, note on this. In the exam point of view, we have to go through what are the legal measures taken to eradicate untouchability, that already I mentioned that Article 17 of the Indian Constitution prohibits untouchability. Then Untouchability Offence Act of 1955. You know that what are the provisions of, one more question. What are the provisions of Untouchability Offences Act of 1955? I hope you will go through this video. Along with the video, keep textbook. Dear children, don't waste your time. I know most of the students are not going through this video and they are not interested in studying. They are thinking there are other options to study, but time is very, very short in front of you. I know, but you are the masters of your mind. If you put hard labor, you will conquer anything. But self-motivation is required. You don't depend on others' motivation, your parents' motivation, your teacher's motivation. You decide what you want to be. That is the right motivational way to uplift yourself. Sai Ram, my dear children, read well. Okay.